Hello everyone, and welcome back to my channel, or welcome in if this is your first time being here. This is Empowered Gems Tarot. My name is Melissa. This channel used to be called Tarot by Melissa, so if you're looking for me there, you're in the right place now. And today's video is going to be looking into what's next in love, specifically focusing in on the month of August. So in this reading, we'll get some insight into what you may be headed into in terms of events, energies, people, or situations of significance in your love life in the upcoming month of August. Getting into our disclaimers, keep in mind this is a general reading on YouTube, and even though there is an element of choice with you selecting a specific reading from this group of cards, it is still a general collective reading. So the pile that you choose has other people out in the collective that also selected that pile, and so it's going to be focusing in on more general themes that specific collective are experiencing. This means that sometimes you're going to feel like the reading might really resonate with you all the way, 100%. Other times it may just kind of partially resonate or not resonate at all, and that's totally normal with these general YouTube readings. As a best practice, if you're viewing your pile that you choose and anything feels confusing, it's probably not your message. Just release it and let it go. If it doesn't feel like it fits for your situation, don't force it to fit. It's probably not your message. Just release it and let it go. If your reading's not resonating, you could always select a different pile from this group, or it's always possible that there is no message for you at all in today's reading. So just keep that in mind. If you guys did want to book a personal reading, all of the details on how you can book one with me will be linked in the description box down below. All right, so let's go ahead and select your reading. You have a choice between 4 groups for today's pick a card. If you are drawn to group number 1, we will be working with this little Moonstone crystal. If you are drawn to group number 2, we will be working with this rose quartz heart. If you are drawn to group number 3, we will be working with this little malachite teardrop. And if you're drawn to group number 4, we'll be working with this little piece of blue Chalcedony. So I want you guys to take a deep breath. Think about the upcoming month of August and what you need to know about your love life. Go ahead and select the crystal or the pile that you feel the most intuitively connected to. Once you've made your selection, you can find the timestamp that will take you to your chosen reading in the description box below. See you there. Hey group 1, and welcome to your reading. If you all selected the Moonstone crystal, this will be your love reading for the month of August. So we're looking into what's ahead in love this month, starting off with our overall energies. Okay, so for group 1, we're starting off with the full moon. We have past life relationship. And we have give your relationship a chance. Wow, okay. So what's next in love? Overall energy, group 1. So with the full moon, there's definitely a situation here that I'm seeing with a connection that's going to be, I think, coming to a head. Because full moons really talk about a situation sort of being at its peak. Maybe emotions are running high in this situation. Maybe this is some sort of a cycle that's nearing completion. But the full moon is definitely a time to kind of reflect on the cycle that we've just been through, the lessons that we've learned so far. And it's also a time of thinking about how we can kind of release and let go of anything that's no longer serving us. And I do feel very strongly with these 2 cards here that there is a specific connection that you guys are in this month, or a person of significance that you're dealing with. And there is this need, I think, to release, because there's this energy of wanting to maybe try to work on something, either just like working with this person on the relationship generally, or maybe there's something very specific that's been a pain point in this connection, or that's been maybe a trial that the 2 of you have been through together. But there is this energy of like needing to kind of let go of any negativity, or as the card says, surrender, release certain things that are not serving the connection so that you can be able to move forward in a new and positive direction. We also do have past life relationship here. So this feels like a connection with someone that you guys maybe have known for a long time. Maybe some of you have been in a long-term relationship. If not, though, the past life relationship does talk of karmic relationships. So relationships with people who we have this sort of familiarity with. We may not have known them that long in this lifetime, but as soon as you connect with them, you feel it. Like you feel like you've known this person before, or you feel like this person has some sort of significance to you. But a lot of times with these past life relationships, they can be lessons, right? They're in our life to teach us something about ourselves and vice versa. So I could definitely see with this connection group 1 that maybe leading up until this point to the month of August, whether you've been with this person a long time or not, I do think that there have been maybe like challenges or difficulties or just certain things that you've been trying to work through with this person. So let's see. Let's continue. Group 1. We're working with the Forest of Enchantment Tarot today. If you guys are ever curious about what decks I'm using, you can always check the description box, and I have them listed there. Look at this. We have the World. So again, there's a cycle. There's a chapter that's closing this month in love, which is allowing for a new beginning. Group 1. What's next in love, please, Spirit, for my beautiful Group 1 viewers? What do they need to know? Okay. Okay. So we had, what fell out? 4 of Cups in reverse coming out. Interesting. What's next in love, please, Spirit, for Group 1? We have the 3 of Wands in reverse. And 5 of Swords. Interesting. For some of you guys also, like, we have Justice. So we have Justice reversed here at the bottom of the deck. So maybe for some of you, this is like talking of something like divorce or talking about a breakup. Or the reason I say divorce is because the Justice card can be like legal energy sometimes, where like there's a literal like legal thing that we're talking about here. So like a marriage, for instance, would be an example of that. So it could be the case, but it's interesting that Justice comes up because Justice a lot of times can talk of karma, right? Balancing the scales of justice. And we're talking about potentially a past life karmic relationship here for some of you. So yeah, it's in reverse. So there's definitely like an acknowledgement here that something about this connection is off balance. It's out of balance. Maybe there is something about a tougher lesson around this lack of balance. I do see as well, we have the Sun in reverse at the bottom of the deck. So there could be, like leading up to the month of August, some confusion, some lack of clarity around the situation. Additionally, I see for some of you, maybe you've just not been feeling very optimistic about this situation going forward. And I do kind of continue to see that there are some challenges here. Okay, so let's get into this. You guys are, I think, opening up to the idea of either like reconnecting with this person or re-engaging with this person in a new and different way with the 4 of Cups in reverse. I think that for a little while, maybe you guys have been kind of feeling blah about this situation or bored with the situation or just dissatisfied with it. You know, a lot of times with the 4 of Cups, this is like the card of we're just not that into them or they're not that into us. It can also be the card of just not even seeing someone as an option because they just don't fit whatever criteria you are currently looking at, right? But there's definitely a change here with regard to this with the 4 of Cups in reverse. I feel like there is this maybe curiosity or this open, like subtle, slight openness to connect or to try. But I think with the 3 of Wands in reverse, what I'm seeing here is that there's a lot of emphasis on kind of shorter term versus focusing on longer term or expansion with this situation. I wouldn't be surprised for a lot of you guys if this closing out of the chapter is more so about you kind of deciding that you're not wanting to continue forward. Because with the Three of Wands in reverse, this is like a lack of growth, a lack of expansion. It's kind of focusing more inward versus outward, focusing more on like the shorter term of like right now, what are we doing, versus the longer term of where we want to go for the situation. So with Justice in reverse, again, it wouldn't surprise me if some of my group 1 viewers were kind of just like, you know, politely curious or just more focused on like shorter term, but not necessarily where is this going long term. And with the Five of Swords, there are communication issues here. You know, when I'm looking at this Five of Swords, it's almost like there is this big issue. You see, because this is the Forest of Enchantment Tarot. This is supposed to be a giant, okay? And so a giant is obviously a huge, you know, creature. But what I'm noticing here are the roots. There's something about like the foundation of this relationship. There's something about the roots of this relationship that are either being like physically examined or just metaphorically being exposed this month. And I feel like a lot of this has to do with communication because of the Swords energy here. You know, this card is kind of about fighting a pointless battle, you know? And so I feel like maybe if you guys are choosing to work on your partnership with this person, I see like both people really needing to kind of pick their battles, because I feel like there's something that's causing a conflict that's just like neither person is really going to win. You know what I mean? And this card is also a lack of vulnerability. You know what I mean? It's sort of like when we're not going to let our defenses down. We're not going to be vulnerable to this other person, you or them, right? Because we don't want them to see us as being weak. And so I see this as a huge blockage if you guys really are wanting to work through this with this person. So let's continue. I love this deck, the Modern Love Oracle by Simplistic Mystic, because I feel like it always gives us like the real blunt tea of what's going on. Look at this. I see X here. So let's continue. Group 1. What else, Spirit? What's going on in love for group 1 this month of August, please, Spirit? We have ghosting. Interesting. Yeah, there is definitely like a disconnect here with the Four of Cups. Like somebody here ghosted someone else, maybe because they just weren't that into it or they were just kind of closed off to it. Yeah, and look at this. We have just friends. So I don't know if it was you guys, group 1, or this person, but somebody here ghosted the other person because they weren't really that into it, right? Maybe they weren't the other person's type, or they just were kind of like not open to the connection. They put someone in the friend zone here. And so, but now it seems like this person is coming back around, or this connection is coming back around for us. And maybe there's like a sort of shift, like there's a subtle bit more openness to it than we had before. We also have gossip coming through. So you guys have been hearing something about this person, or they've been hearing something about you. Something that might be preventing expansion here or growth. Let's see. We also have thirsty. That's so interesting. Yeah, I think whoever you guys are dealing with doesn't feel like they're getting enough. You know, again, there's a lack of balance here. I mean, the energies can be flipped, but I do kind of feel it could be you, my viewer, who's this energy over here, and then this is your person. But I feel like somebody here is coming back this month wanting to reconnect, but they're not willing to show how vulnerable they are because they feel like it's going to make them look weak, you know? But this person, whoever this is that's initiating, like working on the partnership, they're thirsty, meaning like they want attention from you. They want to be satiated. They want to be seen. They want to feel heard. But the problem is going about it in this way is not going to satiate that need for them. I also think there's something going on between you and this person where like someone is hearing something about the other, or there's gossip energy here, like around something. I feel like part of this is what needs to be surrendered if you're choosing to move forward. Because I think this energy, it just feels a little bit like, again, like a blockage. It could be something that's kind of reconnecting the two of you, right? Because of something that's being spread or something that you've heard or they've heard. But I still think that it's something that could be limiting the future expansion of this connection. So what else, Spirit, for group 1? What's happening next in love for group 1, please, Spirit? You know, you guys also selected Moonstone, which can talk about, you know, emotional healing. It can also talk about fertility. Maybe children or something to do with children is something significant here. I do feel like these girls look like they're teenage age, so that could be something for some of you out there. But emotional healing definitely seems appropriate in this situation, right? Because we have this lack of vulnerability, and then we also have a person here who's kind of shut off to at the heart space. Like there's a subtle maybe openness to friendship, but it's going to be slow, I feel, for this person to be able to open back up because of like that ghosting energy of them either being ghosted and they're still kind of holding on to that, or of like them being the ghoster who's kind of closed off and apprehensive about love. Okay, let's see what else, group 1. Balance. One person is giving too much in this relationship. Absolutely. That's what we've been getting since the beginning with justice in reverse. There's something that's out of balance. It's like a unrequited energy. And I actually kind of feel when I'm looking at the energies as they're presented here, this person is the thirsty one, right? They're the one that's wanting more effort from the other person, but they are not talking about it effectively. They're not being forthcoming and vulnerable about it. This person is the person that's been, I think, not as giving in this connection. Again, this could be your energy or theirs, group 1. Take it as it may resonate with you. We have healing. Old wounds and childhood issues need revisiting. Yeah, that's interesting. And maybe that's part of the past life connection for some of you, right? Like maybe this person is showing us, or you're showing them, that there are certain things, you know, from the past that need to be addressed in order to be able to open up the heart space to having a healthy, fulfilling relationship. We do have boundaries. Firm boundaries are needed now. So there's a theme here around setting boundaries and expectations as well, which I think will also sort of help to move on. Because to me, when I'm looking at this energy, it feels like we've been in limbo with this person for a while. Like there's been a lot of confusion with the Sun card in reverse. There's a lack of happiness here with the effort and energy exchange of this connection, the balance of the connection, right? And so maybe part of like being able to close this chapter and move forward is about laying it out there and saying, these are my boundaries, okay? Whatever those are for you. So we're going to look next at these who clarifying cards, group 1, to see what info we need to know about who is coming toward you, even though we've kind of touched on that a bit here in the reading. And then we'll close it out with some advice, okay? So group 1. Who's coming toward my beautiful group 1 viewers, please, Spirit? Sagittarius. This is a restless person. Yeah, I could see that. What else? Group 1. Who's coming towards group 1 in love this month, please, Spirit? We have Taurus energy. More of a stable energy there. Could be, I don't know. I was going to say, maybe this is also picking up on your energy as well. It's coming in to offer resources and stability. So that's kind of interesting, right? Because what I was getting with this 5 of Swords is there's something about the roots, the stability of this connection. It could be that this person is coming back around because they want to try to offer something more stable, but I think that they really struggle with communication. This is an interesting synchronicity as well, because the 5 of Swords, I think it is Aquarian energy. With the tarot, we have Aquarius energy here, which can be kind of like an emotionally detached person. sometimes, that's not all Aquarius, right? Aquarius means a lot of things, but that could be, it makes a lot of sense, right? Because this is someone who's a bit detached from emotion and kind of like not so quick to let their guard down. So let's end this reading, group one, by looking into a divine feminine healing message. This is just going to give you some closing remarks that you may want to consider as you move forward this month in love, okay, with this situation. Okay, we have future. Shift your focus onto present events rather than what's ahead. The future is not meant to be known. This makes so much sense, you guys, with the Three of Wands in reverse, right? Because the Three of Wands is about the future, right? It's about planning and looking ahead and making arrangements for what's to come. But I do feel that there is a need, like this card is saying, to focus more on what's happening right now, right? So what is this person showing you right now? How are they showing up? Is it something we can take at face value? Is it something that aligns with our standards and boundaries and our needs and desires, right? So I feel like the guidance here is about, again, focusing on the here and now versus worrying about what might happen in the future, at least this month. Okay, one more. We have composure. I remain calm under pressure even when other people are trying to engage me in conflict. And I do feel with this Five of Swords, this is kind of like a petty energy, right? This person might come off a little bit petty. They may not want to give you what you need, or they may withhold that energy. There's a need to remain composed and do not take the bait. If this person is trying to bait you, they're baiting you because they're thirsty and they may want a reaction out of you. But it's so bizarre because I feel like they want to have more stability with you, and I feel like they want to give this connection a chance again. But I think the way that they're going to come across, you may find a little bit off-putting because they're trying to bait you into something. Even if it's not super dramatic, it could be something subtle that they're trying to bait you into because it's coming from this thirsty energy of them wanting some sort of reaction. Lastly, we have behavior. I will not engage in behaviors that don't align with my values and belief systems. When I do this, no one benefits. So I think, again, looking at the situation as it presently stands and asking yourself, does this person's behavior, does their energy align with your values and your belief systems? And if not, I think it's really important to kind of look at the bigger picture. Sagittarius energy is about, belief systems. What do we believe in? And making sure that you're aligned with who you are at the core, because you can't be with someone long term who doesn't align with those things. Otherwise, you're covering up parts of yourself. So that's what I'm seeing for you, group one. Comment below, please. Let me know what's been happening with you in love. Do you have any idea of who this person is? Tell me about your situation. If you're not already, please do subscribe to my channel. Hit the notification bell as well. This way you'll be notified when I share updates about the channel, make announcements about the channel, and of course when I upload new videos so that you don't miss them. I'll see you in the next reading. Bye. Hey, my beautiful group 2 viewers. Welcome to your reading. If you guys selected the Rose Quartz heart, of course this will be your message. So in today's reading, we're looking into what's ahead in love heading into the month of August. Let's start by looking into your overall energies. So we start off here with the full moon in Virgo. We have retreat. And we have love yourself first. Okay, my beautiful group 2 viewers. So I don't know if this is something you're going to want me to say, but I do kind of see a thread of self-love energy being really significant. More so a focus on self this month than a focus on someone else. I do feel like there is someone else in the picture. We're going to get a lot more detail here on the situation as we progress through the reading. But you all selected Rose Quartz, and for me, so often when I have my subscribers choosing Rose Quartz, it's usually because there is a need to really focus in on self-love, loving self first, as this card is specifically talking about. The full moon in Virgo as well is sort of giving a similar message about self-worth. It says you are good enough, okay? Virgo energy is an energy that can be very critical at times of self, or maybe sometimes have those like perfectionist tendencies. It can be an energy where we're a little bit anxious or overthinking things. And you've got it here in a full moon energy this month. So with full moons, this is a time where some of these emotions that we're talking about with Virgo could be at kind of a peak point. They could be heightened at this time. But the beautiful thing about the full moon is that it allows us time to sort of release and let go of things that are no longer serving us. So self-limiting beliefs, feeling like we're not good enough, feeling like we're not able to show up as being our truest, authentic version of self, feeling critical of ourselves or being with a partner that's critical of us. All of those things, you're being encouraged to kind of let it go. Just take a deep breath and let it go this month. We have your self-respect makes you more romantically attractive. So self-love, loving yourself first, it is about ensuring that you are maneuvering yourself in a way and handling yourself in a way that aligns with self-respect. It's like a lot of times we see, I'm not saying you guys are doing this, but I feel like a lot of times we see online people who will be like, well, I would never do that, or no one's going to do that to me. But then they go and they act the complete opposite, right? So it's almost like this month is about you all really like embodying self-respect through your actions, even if it's hard to do at first, because we may really want to be with this person that's in the picture here. It's like this dynamic that I'm seeing is we have a masculine who has 1 foot out the door, 1 foot in and 1 foot out, okay? And so this is telling me that there is an imbalance here, that whoever you guys are connecting with or the types of partners that you've been connecting with, they're not showing up for you as an equal partner. They're disconnected. And so I think this is why Spirit is highlighting self-worth, because Spirit is saying you don't need to stay with someone who doesn't value you or who doesn't provide you with the needs, provide your needs or meet your needs rather. You deserve somebody that's going to be there for you and not be restless and having 1 foot out the door. So I do feel like this could be a month with the full moon and retreat where you guys are kind of pulling back your energy from something. I do kind of feel for some of you though, like there could be almost like a vacation or something. Maybe you're on a vacation with this person or doing something with them that's more in an intimate setting. And it's possible that this is where you start to come into these realizations once you're kind of with them in this one-on-one setting with no distractions around you, But yeah, it definitely feels like a month where pulling back your energy is going to actually help you to see the situation a little bit more clearly going forward. All right, let's continue. Group 2. We're moving into the tarot. I feel like I just talked a lot. Group 2. What else, Spirit, do my beautiful Group 2 viewers need to know about August? What's next in love? Oh, wow. Okay, we've got the Justice card in reverse. What's next in love, please, Spirit, for my beautiful Group 2 viewers? The Wise Woman, which is the High Priestess. Makes a lot of sense with the Retreat card. And we have the Ace of Pentacles coming through as well. And look at this. We have the Devil in reverse, which is good. In this deck, look at this, you guys. It's called the Liar. I feel like maybe some of you guys have been dealing with a person who's a little bit toxic for you. Maybe somebody who's not the most dishonest, but they're very charming and alluring, and there's something about their energy that kind of sucks you in, But I feel very strongly you guys are releasing this was like a very sexual chemistry, like a sexual attraction or physical attraction with this person. But with the Devil in reverse, this is about kind of breaking away from that, breaking out of those patterns, because I think you're recognizing, Group 2, that it's not serving you in your highest good, okay? So we have the Justice card in reverse, which is also talking about balance, and that's kind of what I'm seeing here. It's like we have a lack of balance with effort and energy and investment into this connection from both parties. With Pentacles, this is all about investing into something so that it can grow for the future. And I feel like maybe you guys this month, I'm almost hearing like we're no longer investing in just potential, because the Ace of Pentacles is about potential energy, right? It's an opportunity that has potential, but unless you choose to take the opportunity and actually do something with it, it's just always going to remain potential here. And I feel like that's what's going on with this person. It's like maybe they have a lot of good qualities, attractive qualities that you like, but they're not, they have like the potential to be something that you would like them to be, but they're not that right now. So I see you guys really pulling back your energy here with the wise woman, the high priestess. This is kind of about us kind of leaning into what our intuition is telling us. You, my viewer, are so powerful. You have the answers. You know intuitively exactly what is going on. And Spirit is saying you have an accurate read of the situation, right? You don't need to do anything. You don't need to say anything. All you need to do is kind of lean back and observe and be like relaxed in what you already know about this situation. And I think you know that this is something that may not be balanced for you. Okay. So let's continue group 2. These are flying all over the place. Let's get a little more info about this situation. What else, Spirit, do my beautiful group 2 viewers need to know about the month of August with their love life? We have picky. There's that Virgo stuff coming through. That's kind of interesting. Someone here has high standards. We have social media. Ooh, okay. Yeah, look at that. Breadcrumbing. That's so interesting. We do have mistake here at the bottom of the deck. So maybe there are some regrets over something. We also have blocked underneath of that. And so that's interesting that we have social media energy here, because it almost feels like you might be watching this person on social media, or they're watching you on social media. And there's a lot of people involved with this social media card here. You guys see that, right? So maybe you're, with the High Priestess card here, to me, this is about kind of watching and observing some behavior on social media. Maybe not necessarily saying anything about it, but just kind of taking it in. Maybe you guys have blocked this person, or you're making the choice to block this person because maybe you're learning something that you don't necessarily want to know about, or it's like a way of protecting your energy, but there may be some regrets around doing that. If that's the case, I'm just going to say, like, it's okay to block people. You know what I mean? Like, protect your peace, especially if you're seeing things online with them in relation to other people that are bothering you. It's okay to block them and protect your peace and pull back your energy. Yeah, so it's interesting that picky card is coming up, because the Virgo, like I was saying at the beginning, sometimes can be a little picky or critical. But I think that the pickiness is in this lack of balance here. Because again, this is reading exactly like what I said. Like, there's potential, but somebody here is not willing to actually put in the effort to help have the potential grow into something. 1 foot in and 1 foot out. So let's see, group 2. Let's continue. For my beautiful group 2 viewers, what's next in love, please, Spirit, this month of August for group 2? Wow. Okay. Wow. So we have unavailable. This person is unable to give you all that you deserve, which I think we see that. We have apology. You can expect the apology you want to hear. So maybe they will reach out and apologize to you to try to kind of make things right. We also have marriage. This relationship is moving towards a sacred union. It's interesting with justice in reverse, because that could indicate things like a divorce, right? Maybe some of you guys have been married to this person, or maybe you're married or this person's married, but it definitely makes sense with justice in reverse, that we would be getting something like a marriage coming through. Look at this. We also have retreat. Time alone or in nature will help you to recharge, which is exactly what this card is saying as well. So yeah, I feel like you, my viewer, this month, your energy is all about pulling it back a little bit, disconnecting from this situation. For those of you that are married or in a relationship with this person, I feel like it's about kind of either spending some time on your own to disconnect and clear your space, or maybe there is some sort of an effort for you and this person to be together, disconnect together as a couple. I definitely see that for some of you guys. But I feel still like there's going to be some resistance from this person. Like they're not going to want to make themselves available for that. And they may only be able to show up just so much for you. Maybe some of you guys, I don't know because I'm just looking at kind of a snapshot of energy without any context, but I do kind of feel like maybe some of you that are watching group 2, maybe you are already married and this was like a third party energy for some of you. It could be that you're choosing to disconnect and recenter on whatever is going on with your marriage, or maybe you're going through a divorce and this is somebody new here. It's just interesting that we have so much marital energy on your end of things, group 2. So I'm definitely curious to hear from you in the comments about what that's about for you. Could be as well, sometimes we don't always have to interpret everything super literally with tarot and oracle cards, right? But I do feel if you're a single person, group 2, meaning you're not married, I think that there is this pickiness here because you have standards, right? Like you want to get married. And maybe this person is just simply not showing you those elevated standards that you're looking for. So you've got to pull back your energy. All right, group 2. So let's see who this person is. And then we're going to close out with some guidance and advice for you. All right, Spirit. So who is this person that group 2 is dealing with this month in love? Person of the highest significance, please, for group 2. This month of August. Sagittarius energy. Okay. We also have Capricorn energy. This person could be someone that works. We also have fleeting. Maybe they're a workaholic or very ambitious with their work, and that's why they're not really super present and available to you. But it makes it like with fleeting energy, this is really interesting because this is like a fast-paced thing. Like maybe it's something that came on and like kind of burned really hot at the beginning with this Ace of Wands and this Devil card. It's fizzling out this month is essentially what I'm seeing, group 2. And a lot of the reason why it's fizzling out is that you're just realizing that this person cannot show up for you in the way that you deserve. And you're stepping into a position of power, right? With regard to your self-worth and really aligning yourself with your worth through your behavior, right? Not tolerating somebody breadcrumbing you just because it feels good to connect with them, So let's close out your reading, group 2, with some of these Divine Feminine Healing cards just to see what additional information you may want to consider as you move through your love life this month. Additional guidance, please, Spirit, for my group number 2 viewers with regard to their love life, please. What does group 2 need to know about their love life this month, please, Spirit? We have mistaken. It is okay to be wrong and accept that you will make mistakes. It is a part of the human experience, so accept these flaws with ease. That is a really interesting synchronicity because we had this here with mistake. Maybe you guys knew this person and you kind of unblocked them and you're like, man, why did I do that? But regardless, there's Spirit is basically just saying it's okay that you tried it out and it didn't work out, right? It's okay if you feel like it was a mistake or if you made a mistake. You just basically have to say, all right, what did I learn from this? And let's just move forward with those lessons. Not be too hard on yourself. One more, please, Spirit. Vampire. I will try my best to handle my own issues rather than draining the energies of others around me. Interesting. I feel, that I didn't mention this before, but I want to show you guys something when I was looking at the bottom of the deck here. So we also had the Queen of Cups right here. And I thought that that was interesting that we had that underneath the deck with the Devil, because I feel like you guys are very emotionally stable and nurturing. Like, I think that you're somebody for this person who made them feel really supported emotionally because you're so kind and compassionate and caring. And there was a huge spark between you guys. But with this Devil, it's making me feel like this person was like kind of latching onto you in an unhealthy way, or there could have been like some codependent dynamics or like enmeshed sort of dynamics at play in this connection. I just don't see that they were able to reciprocate, your emotional needs. You know what I mean? And so I feel like it created this dynamic where maybe you guys felt really depleted by this person. Maybe they also felt depleted by you because they felt like, oh my gosh, group 2, they want so much from me and I can't do it. You know what I mean? It doesn't mean that your needs are not valid though, just because they can't meet them. But, Spirit is saying like, it's important to stand independently with regard to moving through any issues that you're going through regardless, right? So when we think of like the message of this card, what's coming to mind for me, and I'm not necessarily seeing this or saying that you guys are doing this, but think of like the type of person where, like a friend, for instance, that's always coming to you and venting about their problems, but they never actually do anything to resolve their problems. You know what I mean? Like, not saying that you guys were doing that specifically, but maybe that was this person. That's an example of the type of person that's just like not handling their stuff. You know what I mean? They just keep going around and like venting to other people about it, but they never are doing anything to actually change their circumstances. So when I see the vampire, it's kind of just like a metaphor for being more emotionally dependent and for being not needing other people to make you feel whole, right? Because we know what vampires do in order to maintain their life force energy. They have to take from others. I don't feel like this was you though, to be honest with you guys. I feel like it was more this person that was taking from you. But take it how it resonates, always. So that's what I'm seeing for you, group 2. We're going to conclude your message here, but please do comment below. Let me know what's been happening with your love life this month. Tell me about this person that we're reading on today and what's been going on between you guys. If you're not already, please do subscribe to my channel. Hit the notification bell so that you will be updated whenever I make announcements for the channel, post new content, or share updates. Don't want you to miss any of that. And I will see you in the next reading. Bye. Hey, group number 3, and welcome to your reading. So we are looking into what's next in love as we move into the upcoming month of August. So let's get started with your overall energy here. So we've got the full moon in Gemini. We have engagement. We have stay optimistic about your love life. All right. So overall energy, group number 3, what's next in love? So seems like with the full moon in Gemini, there's some sort of discussion or conversation coming through in the month of August, something pertaining to your love life. And I feel like maybe for you guys, as you've been heading into the month of August, maybe there's been something going on in your love life that you've been feeling a little uncertain about, or something that you've been feeling a little bit like unsure or negative. The reason I say this is because we have stay optimistic about your love life, which is telling me that there's kind of like this concerted effort to be more positive, think more optimistically about it. Positive thinking and faith will bring you romance, right? So maybe there's like a shift in mindset this month around your love life. and maybe some much needed conversation that's helping you to shift into that more positive, optimistic mindset about things. It does seem like something is moving to the next level this month. For some of you, if you are dating someone, maybe you're, ascending to a more committed connection, whether it be like an actual engagement or just deciding to be exclusive. For others of you, though, with Gemini, I do kind of see the potential for maybe like dating a lot of different people, or just kind of starting to talk to someone, or kind of just, I don't know, putting yourself back out there again, communicating again, because Gemini is a very kind of light-hearted energy, and it is this energy I feel of like getting to know someone. Gemini is a sign that's like very curious, intellectually curious, and it's also an energy that can be kind of like there's variety, right? So for some of you, it could be that you're talking to multiple people. But there's a full moon here. So something about communicating is providing you much needed answers that are allowing you to move forward in a more positive direction in your love life. Okay, so let's continue group 3. Group 3. What is next in love, please, Spirit, from my beautiful group 3 viewers? What's next in love? Ooh, okay. I see a couple that want to fall out. We're going to take those 2. Yeah, see, look at this. We have like some overthinking energy, and we do have this energy with the 5 of Pentacles of, like how I was saying, maybe there's been some pessimism here, maybe not feeling super great. We also have, let's see, we've got Judgment, and we have the Devil. Let's see. Let's get one more. What's next in love, please, Spirit? Ace of Swords in reverse. But look at this. So with the Star at the bottom of the deck, I think there's definitely this sense of optimism, this undertone of optimism this month. And I feel like a lot of you guys, maybe you've been going through like a dry spell in your love life, or there's been like a timeout. I'm really drawn to kind of like this barren winter scene, but then in the middle of this barren winter scene, we have this beautiful tree that's sprouting forth. And maybe it's taken you guys a little bit of time to kind of find your glow again, or to find your sparkle again. Maybe you've just taken a break from love. And I feel like things are shifting into a much more positive direction. Like this, the Star card is optimism. It is hope. It is inspiration, and thinking about, what we want in the future out of a romantic partner. So looking at these cards, we have a lot going on here this month, group 3. So I definitely see with this Ace of Swords in reverse that there is maybe a lack of clarity here, and or confusion. And I feel like with it being connected here to the Devil, which in this deck is called the Liar, there could be somebody in your life that you guys have been connecting with. This could also just be talking about yourself, so take it as it resonates. Again, it's a general reading, but I feel like there's someone here this month who is maybe not all that they appear to be, right? This could be someone who feels very alluring, someone who feels very tempting, but there's something about them that is not completely clear to you, or something about what they're doing, something about what they're saying that is not completely clear to you at this time, okay? And so with the Council of Animals, this is the Judgment card. I see you guys kind of like looking at the situation from a bigger picture perspective, and asking yourself like, all right, is this the right fit? Right? Is this the right fit for me? Is this person going to fit into my life in the way that I hope and dream for them to fit, or for a love interest to dream and fit? And so with the full moon in Gemini, something about having a conversation with this person to clear the air or to get more clarity, I think is going to help to provide you with the answers that you're seeking, the information that you need in order to make the right choice for you. Okay, so let's continue group 3. What's next in love, please, Spirit, for group 3 this month? I kind of feel too with this Judgment card, like I think a lot of you guys are hanging out with friends a lot this month, or again, it's kind of like with Gemini, there's this energy of a lot of people being around you this month. Maybe connecting with friends, talking to friends about this, your support system. What's next in love, Spirit, for group 3? I will tell you guys, as I'm tapping into the energy of your reading, I am feeling a little like unease. I don't know. Something feels a little off with this person. All right, we have mistake. What's next in love, Spirit, for group 3? Nice person. Okay. We have anxious mind. That's so interesting because that's what I was feeling. We do have romance here at the bottom of the deck. But see, look, under this we have begging. And then we have, what are you doing? You know, I kind of feel like there's something about this person or something about the situation that you're in that might be feeding into some unhealthy patterns, whether it's like unhealthy thoughts with the Ace of Swords reverse or like negative thoughts. There could be a lot of fears or anxieties that this person is bringing up to the surface for you. It could be that it's justified. It could also be that for some of you guys, maybe it's just scary to feel like you're falling for someone again. Because remember, I was getting that this group maybe has not been partnered up with someone in a while. But with this energy of begging here and what are you doing, I am kind of getting a little bit of this breadcrumby energy from this person. Or maybe it's your energy. But somebody in this connection is like, this energy is very low effort. You know what I mean? It's very low effort. Like, I'm bored. I'm checking in just to kind of see what you're doing. I want attention from you, right? It's like he knows this devil energy knows how to push your buttons and lure you back in, even if it's something that you guys feel isn't the best fit. I think that this person is showing up as like a nice person, but there's something underneath the surface with this person that I feel like you guys are kind of like, something about this feels a little off to me. Something about this is making me feel uneasy. And I definitely see you guys deliberating here with the Judgment card just to make sure that you don't do something that isn't aligned with your goals, your values, your principles, whatever. Like, there's definitely a fear of messing up or a fear of some sort of mistake that I see here. Tell us more, Spirit. What's next in love for my beautiful group number 3 viewers? What's next in love? Okay, that's way too many. Sorry, guys. We'll see if they come back through. We have awakening. Someone is undergoing a spiritual transformation. You know, it's interesting to see that with the Judgment card because Judgment is kind of like a spiritual awakening in a sense, right? We are learning something about this situation. We're learning something about ourselves in regards to love. And something that we are learning is having us look at the situation from a much higher perspective, from a more spiritual perspective. So I think with awakening, it's like this is a month where you all are going to be unlocking deeper insight into yourself. Whatever you learn about yourself or about this person or this situation, this could even be for some of you like just working through unhealthy patterns or habits in love. Communication could even be like going to therapy or something and talking about it. But there's something that you're unlocking this month that's helping you to see it more clearly and to move forward in a more optimistic direction. Okay, let's see. What's next in love, Spirit? Past life love. Your soul remembers this intense connection. We do also have obstacles. Unhealed wounds are blocking forward movement. There's definitely a lot of like self-work energy or like working on self energy that I feel from this. And with past life love, you know, for some of you, whomever it is that you're connecting with this month, could be somebody that you already know, could be someone from your past or someone from like a past life. Your soul remembers this intense connection, right? So for those of you that don't know, sometimes when we see past life love in a tarot or oracle reading, this can indicate someone we actually know from a previous lifetime, right? Or the other way that I read this is a similar person that you've dealt with before. They are kind of karmic in nature at times. Like they show us something about ourselves that we need to work through, right? And the connection can feel very intense, like the devil. It can be very like alluring and tempting. And the devil, you know, it does represent like indulgence, and it represents like sex, and it represents like chemistry and just kind of going for that immediate gratification that we want. But it is also toxic energy or unhealthy energy long term to be sitting in, right? So this type of connection, I think, is sort of helping you to awaken to some sort of transformation that you need to go through. And it could be that this person is a nice person, right? Even though it says the liar on the card, it could be that they are a nice person, but there's something about the dynamic here between you and this person that's not, it's not healthy, or it's not in your highest good. There's definitely an issue here with clarity of communication and clarity of thought with this anxious mind. Something about the way that you guys or this person are thinking about this connection is also working as an obstacle here. Okay, so let's see. Who is this person for group 3, please, Spirit? Who is this person of significance that group 3 is connecting with this month, please, Spirit? We have the year of the dog. Loyal, sociable, courageous, diligent, steady, lively, adaptable, honest, and smart. You know, it's interesting because we have a dog right here. You know, and with dogs, you know, dogs do, for me, mean loyalty. But I also think that sometimes dogs can be kind of loyal to whoever is nice to them, or loyal to whoever is giving them attention, right? So there could be something here around loyalty that you are learning about this person or about yourself, okay? We have the year of the ox. Loyal again. Reliable, thorough, determined, strong, reasonable, steady, and determined. The devil is also Capricorn energy, and some of that reminds me of the sign of Capricorn when I read that. Who's this person, please, Spirit? Okay. We have too many, but I think we're going to take them. Let's see. So we've got Year of the Dragon, charismatic energy, artistic energy. We have friend, acquaintance, or coworker. And then we have the Year of the Snake as well. This person is definitely intelligent, but look, mysterious. I do think there's something about them that there's like more than meets the eye. This could be a person that you know through work, or someone that is a friend, or kind of like a casual acquaintance that you know. So let's see for group 3, please, Spirit. What closing remarks do we have for group 3? What else may they want to consider as they move forward? Okay. Breathing room. I trust the process of divine timing. It kind of makes sense with the anxious mind, because I do feel that some of you guys are very anxious about what's going to happen. Where is this going? There's definitely, with the devil card here, some sort of dynamic that's making you feel uneasy. And I do think that you, my viewer, own in a little bit of this dynamic, like through just the need to take accountability for your own thoughts and your communication style here. But this is basically saying, like, lean back and just trust the process here. Give the situation some space. Give the situation some breathing room here. And trust that, like, in divine timing, things will be made known to you, okay? We also have dreaming. I must co-create with spirit in order to bring my goals to fruition. So it's kind of interesting to see that card coming through, because you guys also had the star, which, as we discussed earlier, does talk about hopes. And it can talk about things like hopes and dreams and what we hope and aspire for in love. So when we talk about co-creating with spirit, what we're doing is we are showing through aligned action to spirit what we want, okay? So if we want something in love, we have to act in a way that conveys to the universe that this is what we want. So if that means we need to work on ourselves for a little bit so that we can be our best self going into a relationship, that's what we have to do. If that means we need to, distance ourselves, right, from someone who is toxic, even though it might be hard because it feels good to be around them, maybe we need to show the universe, you know what, even though I'm really tempted by that, I don't want that type of relationship. So distancing ourselves would be showing the universe that you're willing to let go of the things that don't align with your hopes and dreams. Co-creation, though, also talks about trust, right? Just like with this card, trusting in the process of divine timing. You don't have to do too much here other than just act in the way that you wish to receive, if that makes sense. Embodying what you want through your aligned action, and then trusting that the universe will bring to you. Which makes sense with your staying optimistic. I could see that some of you guys might be doing like affirmations this month, or there definitely seems to be like a concerted effort to think about things much more positively so that you can attract that positivity to you. So this is what I see, group 3. Please comment below. Let me know what's been happening for you in your love life leading up to this month. And do make sure that you are subscribed and that you've hit bell notifications so that you will always be updated whenever I post channel updates or new content. I'll see you in the next reading. Bye. Hey, group 4. If you guys were drawn to this blue Chalcedony crystal, this will be your love reading for the month of August. So let's jump in to your overall energies. Starting us off, we have new moon in Scorpio. Work through your fears. We have soulmate. And we have this could be the one. Ooh. All right. So what's next in love, group 4? Well, I definitely feel that there is this energy of you maybe identifying someone that you feel is the one for you this month. You could have met somebody that feels like a soulmate. For some reason, though, I kind of feel for this group like someone out there has met somebody that they may not have originally wanted to be with or thought of in this way. Because it feels like whoever this person is has been kind of in your orbit for a little while. Some of you guys may already be in a relationship with this person, but this is someone that is a soulmate connection. So there is that depth there. And I see the depth here with Scorpio as well. But this is interesting because the new moon in Scorpio is providing a new opportunity for you to kind of transform yourself as it pertains to your love life. Maybe it's transformational in the sense that some of you are getting into a relationship, right? And that's going to be new and different for you. Maybe it is transformational in the sense that you are showing up differently this time around, working through your fears. So Scorpio energy is associated with the planet Pluto, and it is about digging deeper. It's about death and rebirth. So pulling up the things that we're scared of and facing them. So if you're feeling anxious or obsessive or, some of those things that we can experience when we're in a romantic relationship, I see you really facing that stuff head on, choosing to kind of bring it into the light so that you can transform for the better. So let's continue. Group 4. What's next in love? For my group 4 viewers, please, Spirit. What's next in love? For my beautiful group 4 viewers, please, Spirit. We have a Knight of Swords in reverse. We have a Queen of Swords in reverse. The Sun. We do have a 10 of Swords at the bottom of the deck here. So there's an undertone of kind of feeling a bit stressed, okay? Being really worked up about something. So it kind of makes sense that we have that new moon in Scorpio, right? Because it's almost like maybe last month or coming into this month, we're feeling kind of like we may have hit rock bottom with the situation. And now it's time to kind of face whatever it is that's been stressing us out and pick up the pieces and keep going, like in a more positive, upward direction. I feel really drawn to the Sun card here because I feel like there is something being illuminated for you guys this month with your love life. Maybe it is coming to a realization that we have someone here that we're seeing in a new and different light, that we feel this connection to. Maybe we never saw them like that before. But the Sun is also saying that clarity is coming to the way that you're communicating with each other. Because with the Queen of Swords in reverse and the Knight of Swords in reverse here, this is like blocked communication. This is kind of like suppressed communication, slowing down, maybe even being a little bit more flexible and less harsh or less strict. It's interesting as well looking at these cards because they're both depicting kind of like a barren winter scene, yet it's right here next to the Sun, which is a warmth. This is also depicting a winter scene. So it's making me feel like you guys might be coming out of like a cold season, metaphorically, in your love life this month, and maybe experiencing a little bit more joy and a little bit more warmth here. I need more information. Let's see. Group 4. But the biggest thing I see is something being illuminated to you with the Sun. Something coming into the light that's been in the dark with this new moon in Scorpio. So tell us, Spirit, what's next in love for group 4 this month? What else do they need to know about this situation? We have loneliness coming out. Okay. We have clingy. We have running from love. Okay. Okay. Ooh, and then we have cheating here. Okay. Oh my goodness, group 4, what is happening? It's interesting to see running from love here because there's a lot of this kind of like detached energy with the swords in reverse. And for me, sometimes when I see the Knight of Swords in a love context, it can be somebody who is like running from love. Not the most like emotionally connected knight. And this particular knight is completely covered You know, he's got the full armor on with his horse in the background ready to bolt, okay? Got the shield up and everything. So there's somebody here, whether this is you or a person you've been dealing with, this soulmate, there's somebody here who maybe with this Knight in reverse, they're kind of letting their guard down a little bit. And you guys may be connecting with them in a very like warm, intimate way. There's like that warmth that I'm seeing here with the sun. But there's still some sort of disconnect, some sort of avoidance here. And again, with this new moon in Scorpio, this avoidance is a fear between you and this person. It's a fear. This is the thing I think that's being unearthed for you to work on this month, group 4. And we have loneliness and cheating, which is kind of interesting. So I think potentially what the realization here is that somebody in this connection is reaching out to the other one out of loneliness, right? Maybe they're already in a relationship. Maybe they already have someone else. They're not happy in that relationship. Instead of staying and facing it and dealing with whatever it is that is making them unhappy or making them feel lonely, they could be seeking out from someone else. Again, it's running from intimacy, running from love, running from communication and being able to face things. Someone here as well, it could be group 4, not necessarily like a third party situation that you are in, but it could be that like your person is cheating and you find this out, or maybe something like that. If that doesn't fit with what you've been experiencing, I wouldn't take it that way, but there's definitely something about infidelity that's a theme that's coming up here. And with it being next to the sun, it's like there's something coming into the light about a person here who is maybe not the most principled. Okay, so let's see. Group 4, what's next in love? For group 4, please, Spirit. We have self-care. Clear your energy field and focus on yourself before acting. Okay, one more. Mastery. You've learned the spiritual lesson. Okay. Yeah, and then we have wait. The timing is not quite right. Okay, so group 4, it almost feels like you guys have already been in this situation already for a while coming into the month of August. This month is about kind of cleansing and purging this out. You know, you're getting clarity on what this is. You're getting clarity on what the lesson is that you were supposed to learn from this situation. And I think with Scorpio energy and self-care, this is about you pulling back your energy and wanting to kind of clear your energy first, working on yourself, transforming your own energy. And it makes sense with our communication cards being in reverse. There could be like a breaking away of communication here. The Knight of Swords is also kind of a reactive energy, right? Like they're armored up, they're ready to fight, they're going to go after whatever it is that they are needing to face, but it's in reverse. Okay, so it's like there's a need here this month for you guys to kind of pull back that energy of wanting to go at it and attack the other person or confront the other person and wait. Makes sense to a Scorpio because the Scorpion, you know, it'll get you with its little stinger. So let's see. Group 4. Who is this person, please, Spirit, that's coming through for group 4? Who is this person for group 4? The month of August, please. Who is this person, please, Spirit? Libra energy. Masculine energy. We have false flame, and we also have Cancer energy. We have fleeting here at the bottom of the deck as well. So this could have been like kind of a shorter term thing, something that kind of happened and then burned out really quickly. Definitely makes sense again with the Knight of Swords in reverse. But yeah, the false flame is interesting because I think that this probably felt like something that was very intense, very quickly. But I think you learned something very quickly that made you realize that this was not the best fit for you, group 4. And so that Scorpio energy is like unearthing that stuff, but then also transforming yourself so that you're not continuing forward with these types of connections anymore. Maybe you guys thought this was a twin flame. They are a soulmate according to Spirit here, so it's kind of interesting. But yeah, this is a masculine energy, could be Libra energy, Cancer energy. We do also have a lot of air. And then, of course, we have Scorpio and we have Leo here with the sun. So take that as it resonates for you. So let's see. Group 4. What does Group 4 need to know about their month ahead, please, Spirit? We have why. I accept that everything happens for a reason, even if I do not like or understand the outcome. So acceptance, I think, is really important this month with this situation. I think even just understanding that we're not always going to understand why right away. In time, we will understand it though. And maybe that's kind of the question you guys have had coming into this month's love reading, right? Maybe this person is someone you've been dealing with and maybe it's already kind of started to fizzle itself out here. And coming into the month of August, you guys will be getting the clarity around like why and what happened here. But yeah, I think acceptance is a big piece of the month ahead. Let's see. We also have magnetic. I attract what is meant for me. Beautiful energy. I think just knowing and remembering that like what's meant for you is for you. What's meant for you will stay there. What's meant for you is not going to be running from love, right? What's meant for you is going to be running towards you because it loves you. They love you, right? So this is like a cute little positive affirmation you guys could even start saying to yourself this month. I attract what is meant for me, right? Trusting that what's meant for you is not going to leave. What's meant for you is for you and will stay with you. So definitely looks like a little bit of a tougher month ahead in love, group 4. I would love to hear from you in the comments about your situation. Let me know. If you guys are not already, please do subscribe to the channel. Hit the notification bell so that you'll be notified whenever I upload new content or post channel updates. And I look forward to seeing you in the next one. Bye.